Greetings to all the participants, respectful participants. This is the fourth session of Südwind, and it has to do with the subject of independence of judges and lawyers in the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is part of the Human Rights Council of the United Nations meeting. We will start with a few words by Shirin Ebadi, Nobel Prize laureate 2003, about the suspension of independent lawyers. Greetings to all my dear colleagues. I am very sorry that I am not able to participate and be part of your warm meeting and speak about the independence of the judiciary. What I need to say is that it's one of the characteristics of democracy is the independence of the judiciary. And in countries where their government are not democratic, one of the characteristics of those countries is the lack of independence of the judiciary in that country. And unfortunately, for the past many years, and in many of the political courts that we had, we have seen clearly how our judges are not independent in their judgment and in their ruling, and they follow the rulings and the norms given to them by the officials of the government. And I've seen that from the files of my clients, where the responsible person from the Ministry of Intelligence was present at the court, and he would voice his beliefs and his opinion, and he would basically dictate the court what they should be ruling and what they should be saying. And in these kind of conditions, work for a lawyer is very difficult and very hard. Why? Because when the judge is not independent in his judgment, any kind of defense that is given by the lawyer about the case of his client will not be listened to. And if he insists on the truth of his case, many cases the lawyer himself is accused by the same thing that his own client is being accused of. And we have seen in many cases from 2009 until the date, we've had more than 50 lawyers who have been arrested and detained as a result of the files they had accepted to defend, and a number of them are in prison right now. I would like to say their names, my dear colleagues, Mr. Soltani and Mr. Saifzadeh among them, and the other lawyers who are imprisoned. And a number of those lawyers have been imprisoned. They've finished their sentence and they have come out of prison. Mr. Olyafar, and a number of them, because of issues that the government itself has filed for them, they were obliged to leave the country, like Mr. Mahboubi and other lawyers who have left the country. All of these cases, they show the lack of independence of the judiciary in our country. If the judiciary was independent, then we would obviously be witnessing, we would not see any political prisoners in our prisons, and any simple criticism towards the government will not be judged by an accusation of threatening the security of the country. And many of the cases would be dealt with in a fair way. And our NGO, an NGO that is belongs to the people and independent, part of the work that we do is about the Freedom Tribunal, and part of the work that we do is advocacy there. Some of our lawyers will be addressing you today about the problems and the challenges of advocacy and the problems that the government causes and creates for the lawyers. The full report you will be able to see in the website of our NGO, and in the section of a free tribunal you will be also see the names of our lawyers who collaborate with us, and they all are people who because of their advocacy, because of their profession, they have faced challenges, and I am hopeful that one day that we will have freedom of expression in our country, and we will have such freedom in our country that no one is obliged to leave his country as a result of defending his client, or is not forced to, or is not arrested in a really innocent, detain and arrest innocent lawyers. You will listen to Mr. Mahmoudi and Mrs. Tawassolian, my dear colleagues, who will be addressing and talking to you about this subject. I wish you all the best in your meeting. Thank you.